Okay. All right. So in trading, right, we have confirmations. And then I know there's probably a few people in here who do not understand what confirmations in trading is, right? And basically, it's when you get, well, actually, the confluences is when you get two or more things lined up with each other, being in alignment. The confirmations, it was what validates the trade, right? Is what gives you your entry. Your confirmations is okay, the RSI is heavily oversold, right? We are complete. Did you do all of them?
Yeah, it was only like eight of them.
No, it was 29.
This
Um,
is the last comment.
just go. Um, so confirmation is when things line up and basically give you an entry point, right? Uh Heavily oversold outside of the B bands, above the VWAP, MA crossover. The MACD is signaling to the downside. Volume is increasing, momentum is picking up. These would be your confirmations, right? But when you line two or more of them up together and they're in alignment, meaning they're all pointing the same way, they're all saying the same thing, they are confirming what you're thinking or what you're seeing. So first you see the stock, you see the chart, and you're like, okay, it looks like this is the bottom. It looked like it's the bottom. But taking a trade off of going on something like it looks like it's the bottom is not enough, right? You need something to back you up. That's where your confirmation comes in. And it's not enough to just have one confirmation. You want to have two or more, which goes to the verse when two or more are in agreement, right? That's not how the verse says. It says, again, I say to you, if two of you agree on earth about anything they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. For where two or three are gathered in my name, there I am among them. That's the verse in the Bible, Matthew 18, verse 19 and 20. I, the way that I say it when it pertains to my trading is when two or more are in agreement. And that's what I mean with the confirmations. That's what gives you a confluence. Some people think that confirmations and confluences is the same thing. It is not. Both of the words stand differently. They stand on their own. If you need something to ground you, all right, when you're in the market, when you're about to take a trade, when you're studying, or even if you're in a situation in life, if you need something to ground you, if you need something to come back to, just say, but if you need something to ground you, go back to the verse. Go back, say to yourself when two or more are in agreement. Okay. If you're trading and you're looking like you want to take a trade and it looks like confused, you're not clear on where you want to go. The stock is not showing you clear direction on the chart. Maybe you're confused. We don't do confusion, right? Because there's a verse that also, does anybody know the verse? What's the verse about confusion?
God is not the author of confusion.
Yes.
Okay. He's not a God of confusion. Okay. Whatever it is, it will be clear. Hello. Even in the markets, it will be clear. No confusion. If you're confused, don't take the trade. If you feel like, I think it's gonna go, but I don't really know, that means that you are just going on your thoughts. You don't have a confirmation. You don't have confluences. Do you have two confirmations? Are they both in direct alignment with your analysis? If not, then that's not a confluence. If your thoughts are confusing, right, then maybe that trade is not for you. Let's say you're not a trader. Let's say you're not trading. Okay. Let's say that you're new here, and you never placed a trade before. How then could you use this same verse in your life? I don't, I don't know, maybe you're in a relationship, right? And this relationship, this person that you're with just keeps giving you mixed signals, right? They just keep giving like one day it's this, the next day is that. It's like I think you want to be with me. I don't know. I think this is gonna work. I don't know. It's like the actions is not adding up to what the words, and it's like there's a lot of confusion here. But this is my person. Says who? Because I just know that my God is not a confusing God, right? He's not a God of confusion, right? Not at all. Just clarity. If it's not clear, then it's not for you, right? That goes with anything, whether it's the market, whether it's life, whether it's relationship, whether it's people, whether it's a job, all of the things. And we may fight it as much as we want to. Like, no, no, because I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna make it work. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna make it work. I'm not gonna quit the job. I'm gonna stay here because it pays me, da 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 da. But it's so confusing because like I love what I do, but I don't feel safe in the space that I'm in. I love the money that they pay me, but I don't like the way that they treat me. Hmm. Okay. Well, I love the treatment that I get within this relationship, but I don't like the way the person speaks to me. That's very, very confusing. Like, well, they treat me like a princess, and take me shopping, but the way that he speaks to me is not very nice. It's actually triggering. It's traumatic, actually. You know, some of the things that I got to go through on a daily basis is just weird. That's pretty confusing. But you would still fight it and say, no, this is for me. I know I prayed and this is what it is and this is what happened and this is what I got. And it's like, no, that's what you chose. No, that's what you're doing, right? Like you're picking and choosing, just like when you're in the market. You pick and choose which trades you want to get into, right? Sometimes you pick and choose the wrong trades. And it's like, I just knew that not so much, right? Not so much. Maybe you thought that you knew what was what. Maybe your judgment was a little bit clouded, right? Maybe your judgment was impaired at the time. Maybe you were emotional. Maybe you were going through something. And that's why you seen something. Well, maybe you thought you seen something and you read it wrong, just like in life, okay? In life, you could see someone and you could be like, "Ooh, I like this person. Yeah, it's cool. Like this person is dope. Like, yeah, this is for me. This is for me. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna choose this person. I'm gonna go with them." So you made that decision, but you might have been in a vulnerable state. You might have been going through a lonely phase. You might have been going through a self-confidence phase where you're just like, you know what? I just want to see if it'll work or something, right? Let me see if I still got it. Okay. Whatever. So you choose this person and you get with them and you swear up and down that this is the right person. And as soon as you get into this situation, maybe for a day or so, it looks good and all honeymoons and stars and stuff. And then right after that, everything goes south. It all goes wrong and you lose it all. You crash out. Well, in the market, it's the same thing. You look at the chart and you're seeing the candles and it's going up, 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 all the way up to the moon. And you're like, oh yeah, this is the one. This is the one. This is the right one right here. Yep, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna take this trade right here. And yeah. And then it gives you one more candle to the upside, maybe two. Yes, I'm in love now. I love it here. This is perfect. This is right. This is great. This is for me. I knew it. I was right. Boom. You misread that. It comes crashing down, all the way down. Like just it goes completely left on you, right? Right after you get into the trade, it goes completely left on you minutes later. What happened? What happened? We was on this high horse. We was in the moon. We was going to the moon, right? We was going to the clouds. Like, what happened? You misunderstood that. You misread that. Your analysis was a little bit off on that one, right? But you're not thinking that though. You're just like, I was right. It was going up and then not so much. Not so much, right? Not so much. That up, 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 it's done, right? Like that was, let's say, putting on a show. A person can only put on a show but for so long. So they put on this show, they grab your attention, they get you, and then the mask comes off, the costumes comes off, and it's like, hey, this isn't the same person. This ain't what I signed up for. I know, I know. Just like in the market when you get into that trade, and it's like, I swore up and down that it was going here, and I thought that it was this, and I thought that it was that. But there's a piece to that there's another piece to that. The way it goes is this, hey, were you emotional when you took that trade? No, I wasn't emotional. Did you have an argument with your significant other? Were you going back and forth with one of your kids? Were you stressed about work? Were you overworked? Are they giving you more than you can handle at work? And then you're coming to the market and placing trades and saying, I'm gonna get this right so I can finally quit this job. See, sounds like a lot of pressure, right? Sounds like a lot of pressure. All right. If you're dealing with, hey, I'm a mom, a business owner. I have to go to work. I have to be a caretaker. I got to take care of my family. I got to do this. I got to be the chef, the maid, the mom, the teacher, the mentor, the best friend, the sister, the therapist, all of the things. That's a lot of pressure. And to release this, you go to the market and say, I'm going to do what I know best. Like, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to trade. And you try. And for the most part, it looks good for a second or two, maybe a minute or two, maybe even an hour. But what happens? It goes left on you, and you cut your losses to, you let your losses run, basically, right? So you'll let the winners give you, I don't know, a little bit here and there, right? You'll get out really quickly. And then when it comes to the losing trades, it's like, no, I believe in it, right? I believe that it's going to turn around. I believe that it's going to go up. I believe that it's going to, okay. Okay, sounds like hmm, a relationship. Again, let's just go back there, huh? A relationship where, hey, uh, I know that this person isn't treating me right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Girl, why you keep complaining about the same thing? Like every time I turn around, it's always something with you and this person. Like, what is happening? I know. I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of that. I'm tired of dealing with this situation. I'm tired of being in this. I'm tired of being treated like that. But what are you doing? You still sitting there? Hmm. You still staying there? Hmm. Yeah, because it's gonna turn around. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Same thing with the trade. You get into the trade. It looks good, but then it starts to lose. It starts to go the opposite direction. You're losing now. It's draining you, literally draining you, just like the relationship. The trade is draining you, it's draining your account balance, and you would just keep going. Well, what do you stop? Get out. No, 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 it's gonna turn around. I believe it's gonna turn around. Okay, okay. Well, how much more are you gonna be drained before it turns around? Can you make it? Right? Can you withstand all of that? Because that's quite a bit. It's going to be draining you and draining you and draining. It's going to be stressful. You're aggravated, you're agitated, all of these things. And you would just stay in it for what? For what? I just I just know the red flags be there bright and early. They be right there. The problem is we just bypass them, We just bypass them like, nope, nope, not gonna go here. Nope, not gonna go there. Nope, don't care. Six Flags, okay? Like it's fun. Like we at the carnival or something. Like I just know I seen this right. Well, hey, the RSI is above 70. We are overbought. Hey, the stock is too high. No, 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 but it's going up. It's going up. Okay. Okay. Hey, we're outside of the upper B band. It's a bit too high. You might want to, nope, nope. Second red flag. Second red flag. Also, two confirmations, which would equal your confluence. But you're so high on love and I want to be right and I want to be perfect. I want to get it right. I don't want to. Okay. Okay. That's two. I just know that we started this off with if two or more are in agreement. Okay. That's two right there. What else do you need? More? Okay. So I see a doji. I see a doji right here. Maybe that's that 50-50. Maybe we should back up a little bit? Maybe we should pause right here. Hold on now, because we don't do 50-50. Uh, well, no, because I think it's gonna, all right. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Right. And that's really what it is, y'all, when it comes to this market. Like, I know that y'all hear me give these speeches more times than most. But some of us really need to hear it because I've watched some of my girls get into trades and go green, see green, and don't take it. And I would call out, are you, do you feel like you don't deserve this? Do you, it's not enough. Um, you made $73 in 14 minutes. How much do you get paid at work? Okay. Okay, because I'm confused, right? I'm a bit confused here. You just made $73 in 14 minutes, but it's not enough. What, how much do you get paid an hour at your job? I need to know these things, right? Because maybe there is a reason. Maybe the job is paying more. Maybe it's not equivalent to what you're okay. I understand, but I just know $73 in 14 minutes is a good number. I don't know if I was doing girl math, honey, that works for me. That works. That's enough. That's enough. I'll take it. All day, every day, I'll take it. It's not a problem. Let me get it. Let me get it. I know what to do with it. I don't know about everybody else, but I know what to do with that. It is enough. The thing is, we keep telling ourselves because we want to be perfectionists. We want to be right over and over and over and over again. Like we never want to get it wrong. I get it. Nobody wants to be wrong. Everybody wants to be a perfectionist. Everybody wants to overthink everything. You overthinking it, honey. You overthink, and that's $73. Well, what I'm gonna do with hold on now. Hold on. You could pay a light bill. You could pay a phone bill. You could pay a gas bill, water bill. I don't know. Pay for your kids' new sneakers for school or something. I don't know. I don't know. Um, not only did you not take the $73 because it wasn't enough, you also let it go down, right? To zero. You not only lost the $73, but also the money that you invested. If that doesn't say something about what's happening in your mind, in your brain, then something's terribly wrong. There is some unpacking that needs to be done there. You do need to unpack some things because do you feel like you don't deserve it? Why do you feel like it's not enough? And is this going to be self-sabotaging? Absolutely. Nobody likes that word. Everyone hates that word. No, lady, it's not that serious. It actually, it quite is. It is. It's quite that serious. The thing is, no one ever wants to shine the light on that. No one, half the people don't even understand what self-sabotaging is. I'm not here to I'm not here to beat nobody up. Okay. I'm not here to make nobody feel no type of way. This is a safe space. Okay. But I am here to call it what it is. People do not want to hear certain things. Some people shy away from certain topics. And it's like, why? Why would you not talk about the trauma that they've been through in their past that's triggering them when they're trading? I think that's something important. I think that addressing your trauma before you start trading is important because you're not going to understand why you continue to watch trades go from green to red. You're not going to understand it until you get to the root of it. The root of it is in your past because something happened in the past dealing with money, okay, that now triggers you when you're trading, okay, to let your trade go red. I don't know. That's like somebody taking money from me. Hold on now. I just had $50 sitting on the table. I blinked and it was gone. What? Hold on. What's happening here? Where'd my money go? Where's my money? Right? And then it's like now I have to do X, Y, and Z in order to make this money again. I got to work 10 times harder. I got to come back harder. Now you're working harder. You're not working smarter. right? Now you're putting yourself under more stress because it's like, not only do I need to get that back, I got to prove a point now. Ego. There it is. It will show up. Your ego will start to show. Now you got to prove a point. You got to show and prove to everybody. Like this is show and tell in school. Okay, yeah, but I got it back and then da 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 da. And it's like, I'm only saying this, y'all. I was the ego person. I was the prideful person. I was the girl that would let my trade go $300 in the negative and still not get rid of it because I wanted to be right so bad. I was right. It turned out I was right, but it cost me quite a bit. It cost me. Granted, in the end, I still wind up being green on the trade, but I literally didn't have to put myself through all of that. I really believe that it was more so like, I need to prove myself. I need to prove to people that I know what I'm doing. I need to prove to people like I said what I said. That ego tripping is no joke. Okay. It's like, lady, you didn't have to lose all of that. Also, you could have got out and then got back in on a better entry if you truly believed in your bias. If your analysis was to the upside and she's going up, but then she drops crazy off of news or a catalyst, you are correct in your analysis, but you could have a better entry point. But no, no, you want to watch the trade go negative $300. You want to watch the trade go all the way down and then broadcast it and let people know, like, yeah, it's down, but watch what happens. I said what I said. Watch this. It's like you want to be one of those people that's like, I told you so. Don't do that. Don't do that, right? It's never worth it. Never. In no space, not in life, not in the market, not in relationships, not even with children. Trust me, I'm a single mom, a teenager, and she is teenaging. Y'all hear me? My teenager is teenaging. So that whole I told you so, trust me, save yourself. Save yourself. Don't even bother. Don't do it. It doesn't matter. It never works. It doesn't, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Oh, I was right. I told y'all it was going to look, I was right. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody but you. So at the end of the day, the run that you're supposed to be on is against you. It's against yourself. It's against you, right? You're supposed to be on this run for you, not for somebody else. You're not in a race with nobody else. You're racing against yourself. I've been practicing my futures trading, right? What's today? The 25th. So we're like 22 days in, 23 days in on trading futures. So I would post, and some people would say, well, why'd you take 67 trades? Can we act, does it, let me, y'all answer this question. Is it a good thing to take 67 trades or a bad thing?
A bad thing?
Why?
I would say that's over trading.
Mm,
Is this in a
Unless
week?
you win, unless you win it, then it's not.
mm. Oh, so if you're winning, but you're over trading, but you're winning, it's a good thing?
Yeah, because if you losing, you're just trying to chase the trade. But if you winning, then it's good. You making money.
Mm. Where do you stop?
Mm,
Mm.
by that.
Okay, because 67 trades. What you gonna stop at 100? 200? How many trades you gonna take before how much money are you gonna make before you stop? Where do you stop? Do you stop when you lose? Is it like, okay, 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 I made 2,000, I'm gonna stop. No, 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 no. 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. No, okay, 10,000, 10,000, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop at 10,000. $12,000. Okay, I'm gonna stop. For real, I'm gonna stop. Nope. Where do you stop? When do you stop? When do you pump the brakes? Right? No, but I'm doing good. I'm winning. I'm okay. When do you stop when you lose? Or do you just have control and stop yourself? Self-control is a thing. You first have to master yourself before you master the market. It's I know it sounds like a little chat GPT thing, right? It's like, oh God, we know these quotes, da da da. But no, seriously, um, sometimes I don't have self-control. I know this about myself, right? I've learned this about myself. I would risk certain things on purpose because I didn't have self-control. I knew this about myself, right? I know this about myself. Like, lady, you probably shouldn't say that. Yeah, you probably shouldn't say it. Don't say that. Don't say that because that might get you into some trouble. That might bring you some attention that you don't want to have. Don't say that. And it's like, I'm gonna say it anyway because I said what I said and I stand on that and it is what it is and yada yada. Well, self-control out the window. What happens? Now you're getting all this blowback and all of this attention and the negatives. And it's like now you got to deal with all this and now you stress because it's like you knew, but what showed up? What so the self-control went out the window. And when I knew I wasn't supposed to say what I said, but I said it anyway because I said what I said, what showed up in that moment? What was rearing its head in that moment, y'all? Anybody?
Like a tilt moment, maybe.
Ego.
Ego.
Ego, right? Everything comes full circle. I know I be talking a lot and I be getting long-winded, but everything comes back to being full circle. Ego, no self-control, ego. My ego says, I don't care you're not supposed to say that. I don't care. I said what I said. You're not going to tell me what to do. I can say what I want to say, and that's ego. Mm-hmm. Self-control, none, non-existent, out the window, right? Because if I had self-control and I would have thought logically, like, hey, actually, yeah, I probably shouldn't say this. Let me not. But I did anyway. That's just not having self-control. If I had self-control, I wouldn't have did it, right? Even if I wanted to do it, even if I know I can do it, I can say it, I want to say it, but I'm not going to. That's self-control. In the market, I'm making money, I'm taking the trades, I'm winning, but I'm gonna stop right here. That's self-control. I didn't have any self-control. So I just was like, all right, I'm winning. I was up like 18,000 and then I was down like 9,000. I lost 9,000 of it in the same day. I made it in the same day and lost it in the same day, like half of what I made. And it was crazy because it's like, okay, when you hit 18 and you go down to 15, do you stop? You already lost 3,000. Don't you think your run is over? Don't you think your run is done now? What are you doing? Why would you keep Okay. All right. So I lost 3,000. We're down to 15. Okay, I'm gonna stop. No, you know what? You know what? I need to get back to not only I need the 18, I need to get up to 20 now because we just got to make it even, right? We need a whole round nice number. Um, so yeah, I got to make it back. Boom. Let's go back in again. Ah, now you're down to 12. Ooh, 18,000 down to 12,000. That's a 6,000. Okay. Uh, my losses are getting bigger now. Why? Because I'm taking bigger trades. I'm risking more because I want to make this certain number. So before I might have been only trading 5 contracts at this number and in and out within 1 minute. This time I'm trading 10 contracts at this number and I'm staying in them longer because I truly believe. And it's like, no, actually, that ego is going to cost you. Lo and behold, it goes down to 9,000, right? Y'all, this is not about number. This is not about numbers. This is not about money. This is about self-control and understanding who you are and who you show up as in the market, not who you tell yourself you are. Remember that part. Remember I said that. Because some people will not only lie to the internet, it's bad enough people be lying on the internet. I never understand it. You don't even know these people. What is you lying for on the internet? It's ridiculous. Anyway, the thing is, people will lie on the internet. That's one thing, okay? Because I get it. You trying to impress somebody. Cool, I get it. But when you start lying to yourself, you have a problem. When you start lying to yourself and saying, I'm disciplined, you're not. You're not. You know you're not. I know. You know you're not. I'm not gonna say what I know, but you know you're not disciplined. But why would you? Okay. Um, I'm patient. I have patience. Ah, ah, you bending the truth a little bit there? Just a little bit. You bending. Okay. Okay. Are you impulsive? I'm not impulsive. That's crazy. Okay. All right. All right. You got it all under control. You just perfect Patty, ain't you? You just got it all on under control. Everything is good. You got everything straight. No, no, you don't. And until you admit that to yourself, until you become aware and acknowledge that you do have flaws, you're never going to be able to fix them. You're not going to be able to combat them because you don't want to make them aware. You don't want to make yourself aware of the problems I don't even want to say problems, character flaws. You know what? Not even a flaw, character traits. Let's name it. Let's give it a name, right? You have certain character traits about you. If you do not acknowledge them, you will not be able to fix them. You will not be able to change them. Let's just say they don't even need to be fixed. They just need to be tweaked a little bit, right? Because, hey, I have ADHD. I be going on and on and on, back and forth. Like I be here talking to you about the Bible in 1 minute and the market in the next minute. Then we talk about relationships and we talk about trades and it just be crazy, right? So, but that's just me. I learn differently. I see the world differently. I speak differently. I intake things differently. It is what it is. That's just how my brain is. Um, I call it neurospicy, right? Some people say neurodivergent. It is what it is. I like to say neurospicy. So that's me. I'm not saying that it's something wrong with certain things that I do. I would say that it needs to be tweaked a little bit or a lot sometimes. So when you see me up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm posting my charts and it says you took 67 trades, but oh, it's at 12,000, so that's good. It's not. It's not. It was green on the screen. It's green. I'm in my practice account. I'm practicing. The reason why you see 67 trades is because I am trying different time zones, different time frames. I'm trying different contract sizes. When I say you've got to master yourself before you master this market, I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm trading that session and I'm trading with three contracts and I'm seeing how it works. You know what? The volume is pretty low at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like it really doesn't move a lot. There's not a lot of volume. So I realized that I have to buy more contracts and I have to stay in the trades for more time. I have to stay in the trades longer. Normally, I'm going to be scalping. I'm in and out of trades in 15 seconds. But over here, I got to stay 5 minutes, 10 minutes because the volume is so low. I'm not going to get the move that I'm looking for at this time. What am I doing? I'm perfecting my strategy. That's my hours for trading, 8 o'clock at night to 3 o'clock in the morning. Within that time, I'm watching the volume on the charts. I'm watching the volume on certain stocks. I'm switching from three contracts to 10 contracts, five contracts to one contract, 10 minutes to 2 minutes, 15 seconds to 15 minutes. I'm literally honing in on my strategy. I'm writing it down. I'm journaling. I'm telling myself, okay, you know what? In the morning at 9:30 in the morning, I can grab 10 full contracts and at 9:30 I'm expecting the volatility move. I'm grabbing 10 contracts. I'm in the trade for 5 minutes. 3 minutes max, and I'm getting out. Off of that trade, I stand to make $5,000. I've done it 6 days in a row. 6 days. $5,000 on 10 contracts, 6 days in a row, back to back to back. What am I doing? I'm honing in on my strategy. I'm studying it. I'm perfecting it. When I say entry and exit, execution, I mean execution style. Like I'm coming in and I'm not playing. That's what I'm doing. When you see me up at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning and there's handpan music, nervous system regulation music playing in the background, these two charts on my screen, I'm training myself to regulate my nervous system while I'm on the charts. Pay y'all, it's so much bigger than the numbers. A lot of people would say 67 trades, 12,000. Yeah, you made 12,000, but whatever, because you took 67 trades. That's way too many trades. But the context behind that, now that you hear it, it doesn't sound so bad, right? Now that you hear it, it's like, oh, okay, okay, I see what she was doing. She was testing a strategy. She's buying one contract, then three contracts, then five contracts, then 10 contracts. She's doing it on this time frame. Maybe she's working on the 15-minute time frame. Maybe she's working on the 2-minute time frame. I'm going back and forth for entry points. When I focus on entry and very heavily, right? I'm focusing on my entry point and my risk management. I'm going to enter the trade right here at this level every single time. I'm only entering trades at my specific levels. If it's not at my level, if it's not at my zone, if it's not in one of my boxes, I'm not taking the trade at all. When I do take the trade off of my zone, my boxes, my levels, I have a risk management plan. The risk management is literally 1 to 4 and nothing less. I'm risking 1 to 4. So that's $25 to make $100, or that's $1,000 to make $4,000, or $100 to make $400. That's my risk to reward. So when I put in my stop loss and I say, okay, my stop loss is going to be right here. My stop loss is going to be 250, nothing less, 250. If we hit 250, automatically, boom, I'm out the trade. You know what happens? When you trade different stocks or commodities, when you're trading futures, when you trade different instruments on futures, $250 stop loss can be half a tick, one tick, if that, right? Depending on what you're trading, depending on your contract size, depending on how many contracts you have. If you're doing micros or minis, if you're doing one contract or five contracts, it really just depends. So I'm locking in like, okay, I don't want to trade nothing less than five contracts. I don't trade nothing less than five contracts. I trade from 5 to 10 contracts. Now, if I'm trading silver and I'm doing full contracts on silver, do you really think that a 250 stop loss is going to work? No, ma'am. Unless you have 100% entry point, 100%. I think I'm about 80, 82, 83, maybe 83% on my entries. Never at 100%. So I have to tweak it. The 250 will not work on five contracts for silver. It's not going to work. So now what do I have to do? I have to change my risk management strategy. This is the process. This is what the process is, y'all. Day after day after. It's not one day. It's not, oh, I made 52K in one day. Y'all look at me. Ooh, no. You know how many lessons I got out of that $52,000? You know how many lessons I took from that day? It was one day. I took so many lessons from that trading day. That day alone, right? Practice accounts. Some people are like, was it real? Does it matter? Do you, did you make 52K in your paper trading account? Is your strategy on point to the point to where you can see 52,000 on the screen in one day? No. Okay. All right then. Don't worry about if it's a practice account or a real account. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to lock in on the strategy. That's the problem. A lot of people get to the market and all you want to do is take the money. Give me the money. I want the money. I want to make the money. First, you need to learn the strategy. First, you need to learn how to do it. First, you got to know what you're doing. You got to know what type of market you in. You got to know what type of stock you dealing with. If you don't know these things, how then do you think you're going to make the money? It doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. You have to practice first. I tell everybody this. What makes you think I'm going to be any different? I'm new to futures. I just got here 20 days ago. I'm brand new here. But guess what? Within the 20 days, one of those days, I made 52,000 in my practice account. That should tell you something. Trading the same way I'm trading in my practice account is the same type of way I'm gonna trade in my real account. So for the people that's, well, it's not real, but the strategy is though. I promise you that. We can bet that, right? I bet you the same thing that I did on my paper trading account, I could take it over to my real account and do it over there too. Scaling in, scaling down, risk management still the same, yada, 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 depending on what type of account you have, right? Because some of them you can't trade 10 contracts. Some of them you can't go full port. Some of them you don't, whatever, right? Drawdown is different, yada, yada, yada. But listen, out of all that day when I did the 52K, okay, in one day, I logged every single trade that I took that day. the date, the time, down to the seconds, the entry point, the exit point, the time that the order was placed, the time that the order was sold. Like the minute I got in and the minute I got out. Some of those trades were 7 seconds. 7 seconds. Maybe 35 of the trades were all puts to the downside right after each other. One after another, and not near one of the trades was longer than 1 minute. What does that tell y'all about that strategy? That's not even a strategy, but what does that tell you? If you see 35 trades all to the downside in the same direction, but you're in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, all trades, all those 35 trades were less than a minute. What does that say?
Scalping a downtrend.
Mm-hmm.
Staying in
Scalping a
longer.
downtrend. What else? Mm, what else?
Sounds like you need to hold your trade, trust your strategy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's that, right? Um, Scalping and trusting a strategy, right? So I am a scalper, right? I'm also an impulsive person, right? So again, mastering yourself before you master this market. I know that I'm super impulsive. I'm impulsivity literally takes over my life sometimes, but I know this, right? I know this about myself. So how it shows up in the market is I see I'm in a trade. I know it's going down. I have a level. The level says 47,000. Okay, lady, just stay in the trade till it gets to your level. Uh, I see 6,000 on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna trail it, right? I'm gonna trail it. I'm not gonna just simply close out right away, but I'm gonna trail it very, very closely. I trails it literally within $100 of a move, $100. So if it says 6,000, I'm putting my trail at 5,900. If she pulls back $100, I'm out. Boom. But she'll pull back that one little bit and then keep dumping to the downside. Immediately after I get out the trade, I'm in another one. Up again, 2,000, out, in again, out, in again, out, in again. All together, it worked. And that I'm an aggressive scalper, super duper aggressive. My trail and like the way I trail my trades is people would look like, lady, you didn't even give it no room, and I'm not. And I'm not, I run a strict show over here. I run a strict show. So when I see 2,000 on the screen, my take profit says 7,000. I'm out at 2 grand. Why? Because she pulled back. That's it. She went to 2,200 and then she pulled back to 2,000. I'm out. I'll get back in and get the rest, but I'm out on this one. I've seen it happen 100 times. You will see it happen if you decide to get the book. I literally did a full playbook on my entry and exit for that specific day. Every single trade that I took, go to the trades, put them in on the computer, go to the exact, I put the date, the time, the minute that I got in, and the minute that I got out. Some of them were seconds. So you can literally pull back up the screen that I was on and watch the whole trade play out. Like, wow, she got in and out, in and out, in and out 35 times from this level down to this level. But within that time frame, this is how much money I made. Now you can choose, you can say, you know what? This is why it's important to study different strategies. Everybody doesn't have the nerves to do what I did. I have the nerves for this. I've been here for 7 years, y'all. I got an edge. My edge, like, it's like edge control. Okay. My edge is real when it comes to this market. Like I've been on these charts longer than I can remember. Everybody doesn't have the nerves for that. I do though. So it works for me. I can scalp and take the 50K. How long did it take? About 2 hours. That's it. 2 hours. People would think that you got to sit here and look at these charts all day. Absolutely not. No. If you have a crazy entry off of a demand zone, you got a demand zone here, you got a crazy entry, you got a level, your confluences is there, your confirmations is lining up, everything's in alignment. I'm going, boom, 10 contracts, full porting all the way. Risk management, 500 on a loss. If I lose 500, take me out. But if she goes here, I know how much I stand to make. One candle comes less than 5 minutes, $11,000. Boom. What were you risking? 500. If it ever went below 500, I would be out the trade. $11,000 on that trade. I'm telling y'all, it works. It's just you have to find what works for you. When people see these type of numbers, when the candle's moving really fast, I've had people tell me, lady, the 2 minute is insane. Okay, try it on the 5 minute. Wow, even the 5 minute is so fast. Like everything's moving too fast. Like I need to, okay, go to a 15 minute. Okay, you need to calm your nerves. Go down, go up to a 15 minute. The higher up in the time frame that you go, the higher up you go, the less noise you get. So if you know you're somebody that's anxious, your anxiety picks up really quickly. You know that you cannot deal with red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green every time, up and down, up and down. I want to get in, but I want to get out. I want to get in, but then it's going down. I got to get out. If you know that's who you are, if you know that's how your brain works, don't do it to yourself. Don't go to a higher time frame. Stop listening to everybody else when it's like, you need to be on a 2 minute so you could stop listening to people. You don't know these people and these people don't know you. Okay? You don't even know me. Some of y'all don't know me, but some of y'all know me. Most of y'all know me. But if you don't, okay, I'm here to tell you, do not just listen to one person and take what they say as law. You don't do that. You do what works for you. I show you these trades on the screen and you will be like, yeah, see, no, me, I would have just stayed in the trade from right here all the way to the down and I wouldn't have got out, right? That's cool. That's cool. But I know the way my brain works. I know, baby, if I see 5,000 on the screen, I'm taking the 5,000. Do you believe in your trade? Absolutely. But a pullback will take me out 2,000 on the trade. You know what? I'm going to take this 5,000. I'm going to get out right now. I'm going to wait for the pullback. It will pull back. I'm going to wait for the pullback. When the pullback happens in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to get back in. Now, that $2,000 pullback that it went up, I'm getting in at that level and then taking it back down again. And that's it. It's good. It works for me. It works for me. People who do not have the nerves for that, it will not work for you. I promise you. Because you're gonna get into a trade, you're gonna see $700 in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. You're not even gonna, your nerves isn't gonna work fast enough in order for you to hit the button, right? You'll set your stop loss at $200 and your take profit at $1,000. You will enter the trade within 5 seconds. It'll hit $700. Are you going to wait until it hits the TP at the 1,000 or do you watch it go back up and hit your stop loss at 200? Which one, right? If you're not fast enough, if you're not quick enough, if you don't have the precision execution style, if you don't have this, it's going to be quite difficult for you to move the way that you can't be a sniper without having a trigger finger. That that's it. You can't be a sniper. In order to be a scalper, you need to be a sniper. In order to be a sniper, you have to have a trigger finger. That means you need to be able to pull the trigger execution style. Quickly, real quick. Okay? You can't do that, then don't do it. Don't get over here on these 1 minute and 2 minute time frames and thinking like, oh, I got this. You don't, baby, because if this was a shootout, you'd have been dead on the ground. Okay? Are you ladies familiar with the ladies of the Bible? I mean, yeah, the ladies of the Bible. Any of y'all familiar with them? Do you have a
Yes, my
favorite?
favorite is Esther.
Okay, why Esther?
Um, I really like the story, and also I just enjoyed her strength and resilience to save her people and sticking it all the way through.
Okay, all right. Any others out there?
Well, for me, it would be Ruth. Ruth is my middle name, so I feel like I was named that for a reason. She does remind me of me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she is a woman of a well-rounded woman, family. Um, she took care of everything. She basically was gracious, had her boundaries. She was everything. So I feel like in myself, like I tried to be everything. I'm in here, be a mom, wife, I'm the secretary, I'm the doctor. I'm
Hmm.
trying to make the money. Like I'm everywhere doing everything. And so I just look back at her and how she handled things and her hard work and devotion for her family.
Yes, Ruth. Hey, Ina.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. So we got Esther, we got Ruth. No other ladies? It's some more ladies out there. Joven, Monique.
Mm-mm. I'm a heathen. I don't know much about the Bible. I need to get into it. I
Not
don't know.
heathen.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar. I'm not too familiar yet. I'm get there.
I love the transparency. I love the transparency. I'm here for it.
Well, I always like to pay attention to the first woman, Eve.
That's a fun one. Eve is always fun. How do y'all feel about the story about Eve, y'all? Y'all think she's the culprit? Y'all think it's her fault?
And that's why I like to pay attention to her, because I like to ask that very same question to get people's perspectives.
Yes, me too. Any of y'all have an opinion about the story of Eve and like how it all happened and the story behind her and the apple and the serpent and all that?
I'm over here saying she was set up.
I'm telling you.
You used her. You used her.
Mhm.
Man, why you had to use her like that though? She was set up. She was put in that position for a reason though, honestly.
How do you mean? How do you mean?
To see, I feel like she was put in that position to see how she was tested and then she was tested man. So she was used as like a vessel for for the mission to see if he was going to give in, if she was going to give in. He had to test his new beings. So
Mhm.
you used them.
They God did not tell Eve not to eat from the tree, from the garden, right? God did not tell her not to. He told the man. The man was supposed to tell her. He was supposed to lead. He did not lead. Okay, and they always say this like men are supposed to lead. The instructions wasn't on her. Like it wasn't her commandment. God never told Eve not to eat the apple. Just look that up, y'all. Like, did God tell Eve not to eat the apple? No, he said to Adam, Adam, why would you let her eat the apple? Where was you? You're the man. You're supposed to lead. You're supposed to provide and protect. Where was you? And then not only that, after she did it, what did you do? You went and did it too. You weak. You're the man. He gave in to temptation as well. I can understand the woman. She didn't know that she wasn't supposed to. But Adam, you knew you wasn't supposed to. You knew that but you went and did it anyway after her. Like, where's the leadership in there? Okay. Anyway, that's my take on it. I have so much more like
Exactly. That's
it
my take as well.
it goes it runs much deeper, but we would be here all day, okay? But yeah, I'm like that's hold on, why everybody always blames Eve? Like the blame is always on the woman. And this is why it goes back to us being, here we go, y'all, whole nother, a whole nother piece where it goes back to us being strong, independent, pushing through it, bear down and get through it. Just keep pushing, just keep going, no matter what toughness you're going through, da da da, just keep doing, keep pushing because it all goes back to Eve. Like, oh, well, if it wasn't for her, da 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 da. And then with childbirth and da 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 da, just like y'all bear down and give birth, y'all supposed to push through everything. If you could push a life out and into the world, then you're supposed to push through anything else in life. That's where that burnout mentality comes from. That's where that stressful burnout, like we've normalized the burnout because of what people say, relating back to the Bible with, oh, if you can bear a child, then you can bear this. I've heard that term so many times. If you can push through a baby through your canal, if you can bring a human into this world, if you can push through that, then you can push through anything in life. And that's why when we're in heavy situations, we literally just, what do? We bear down, we lock in, and we just push through every time. It's always like, oh, let's just get through it. I got to get through this. I got to be strong. I got to push. I got to keep pushing. I like to go to ChatGPT and say what I'm going through, um, and then have ChatGPT respond with a verse from the Bible. Then I would go to the Bible, I would open it up and I would read it, and then I would interpret it in the way that I need it interpreted. I need the message the way I have to receive the message the way that I receive it. Um, I come to y'all, I come with a message. If I read my Bible and I that whole piece about confusion, right? The whole piece about God not being a confusing God. I would say that to you and say, hey, if ever you find yourself in a situation where things seem pretty damned confusing, and it's like, yo, what is happening right now? Like, what is going on? That's not from God. That's it. That's not, he doesn't want that for you. That's it. Don't try to unconfuse it. Don't try to figure it all out. Just that's not what he wants for you. That's it, right? That's the message. That's how I would come with it. But let me get back to the I'm terrible at this, y'all. Ruth. I relate to Ruth. My grandmother's name is Ruth, Ina. That's crazy, right? Your middle name is Ruth. My grandmother's name
Yay!
is Ruth. And yeah,
See
so
how
I like
powerful
the
that
story
name
of Ruth.
is.
Uh-huh.
I said, you see how powerful that name is.
Yes. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, Ruth. I love it. And that's my grandmother. That's her first name too. So it's crazy. Okay. Ruth wasn't waiting, she was working. Okay. Before Boaz, before favor, before blessings ever found her, Ruth was in position. Put yourself in position before the husband, before the blessings, before the miracles. She was in position before she got the husband or the blessings or the timing or the miracles. She was in position. You have to put yourself in position. Sometimes you're going through X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. Sometimes you're going through things and you're trying to receive the blessings. You're trying to be open-minded. I'm trying to meet these type of people, but I can't because I'm in this sort of situation. It's because you're not putting yourself in position. That's it. Put yourself in position. Okay. She was broke, widowed, and in a foreign land. Yet she didn't sit around waiting for a miracle. She went outside and did the work that needed to be done. Let me let me just say this one more time. She was broke, she was widowed, I'm gonna say single, and in a foreign land. Foreign land, let's say the market. The market is pretty foreign to a lot of us because we've never been there before. Atlanta, Georgia is pretty foreign to me. I've never been here before until I got here, until I moved here. I was foreign too, right? Broke, widowed, and in a foreign land. Yet she didn't sit around waiting for a miracle. Some people are sitting around just waiting for something to happen. Just not doing nothing, just waiting. Like if I just sit here and do nothing, something's gonna happen. Okay, let me know when it does. Okay, just let me know when it does. All right. She didn't sit around waiting for a miracle. She went outside and did the work that needed to be done, whether it's taking a class, whether it's therapy, whether it's cleaning, decluttering, cutting people off, leaving certain situations, getting out of certain environments. She did the work. Heavy on the therapy, heavy on the therapy, because a lot of us have some work that we need to do, inner work that needs to be done, things that need to be unpacked that goes in alignment with direct alignment with therapy. All right, it's knowing when to move and when to trust. It's blending faith with follow through. Knowing when to move and when to trust. trading me, myself, when to move. When I'm trailing my stops, when I'm trailing my trades and I'm dragging it down and I'm getting out before it hits my target, that's me moving. Trusting would be do not touch that stop loss. Let it go to your level. Trust that it's going to go to your level. That's the trust, right? So her story is about knowing when to move and when to trust. I'm still having a hard time with that. Okay. I'm still a work in progress. All right. I'm not done yet. You know, the Lord, He's not done with me yet. I'm a work in progress. We still working on that part of when to move and when to trust. I have a strong problem with trust. I don't trust people. I don't trust things, people, places. I have a thing with trust, right? That goes way back beyond. I just know that if I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm active, I'm doing something. Hey, last week word was stillness. I just know that when I'm doing something, when I'm moving, I feel productive. I feel great. I feel like I'm doing something, even when you're doing nothing. You're moving, you're not even doing nothing. It's like being on a treadmill. You're not going nowhere, but you're moving, so you feel productive, right? You're not going anywhere. You're on a treadmill. It's just a moving pad. You're just walking in the same space, but you're moving, so you feel productive, even though you're not getting any closer to the destination. We're not talking about losing weight, y'all. We're like I'm using this as a analogy, okay? Some people be walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and going nowhere. That's it. Oh, but I was walking, so I'm doing something. But no, you're not. You're not being productive. You're just doing something. You're just moving just to move. But you're not really moving. Y'all get what I'm saying? Okay. Ruth moved with intention. She didn't force, she didn't chase. She used kindness and on purpose. In a world that glorifies hustle and hard edges, Ruth reminds us you can be soft and still secure the bag. This is this is my words. This isn't in the Bible, y'all. You can be soft and still secure the bag, right? Her femininity attracted favor because it was rooted in integrity and not performance. I'm a I'm gonna just say this one slower. Her femininity attracted favor because it was rooted in integrity, not performance. This speaks volumes to me specifically. I base everything that I do on integrity. The performance is the profits. The performance is the posts, the screenshots, the numbers, the I made 52K today. I traded and made 52K in my paper trading account, da da da. That's the performance. The integrity is in the process, the work, the morals, the principles that I stand on. Like when it comes to this, it's like, well, you're brand new to futures, you're brand new to that side of things, and you always teach everybody else to practice first. So, what all do you think that I'm doing over here? I'm practicing just like I tell y'all to practice because that's what moving with integrity is. That's what it is. It's not all about the performance. It's not all about showing the pictures and the profits. It's really about how you move, how you show up. Like, how are you on the inside? Like, what are your principles? What do you stand on? Like, what do you stand for? That's, I love this story. Okay, y'all. Work while you wait. Ruth was literally in the field when Boaz found her. You attract provision when you're already in position. Y'all, write it down. You attract provision when you're already in position. I'm a poet. I love wordplay. I'm very big on wordplay, okay? When this is just alignment for me. Like when I read it back, I'm just like I'm proud of myself for this piece right here. Um she wasn't scrolling, waiting for signs. She was showing up. She was staying consistent and trusting that obedience would open doors. She was showing up. She was staying consistent. She was trusting that this would open doors. Y'all, when you show up, the doors open. Some doors are automatic, some doors you need a key, some are revolving doors. You just show up and the door opens. All you have to do is show up. 12 weeks, be consistent, show up. You will see the change. It may seem slow. I have to say it. A lot of people are like, this is very slow. Like, I want to, like, come on now. We need to move. We need to do this. We need to do that. And it's like, that is your problem now. That's your problem. You keep rushing things. You keep rushing the process. And that's why you'll never be where you want to be, where you desire to be, because you're rushing it. Stop it. Stop rushing the process. You cannot rush greatness. Rome wasn't built overnight. These are building blocks. You're building the foundation. You need a solid foundation. You don't just skip over it. Were you being honest with yourself? Were you being honest? Were you being truthful? Were you being transparent? Because remember, the work is for you. It's not for nobody else. It's for yourself. This is for you. This is to help build your foundation. If you're gonna cookie cut it and like take the short route, like take the shortcut, then you just shorten yourself. That's all. Because baby, when you get to where it is you're trying to go, the fact that you took the shortcut means you missed out on a few things along the way. Now, when you get into the room that you've been dying to get into, you don't even know where to sit. There's not a seat for you. You're like, dang, I did all this work. I was rushing and hurrying up, and I took the shortcut, and I ran over here, and I did all the things. And now you finally get to the room. You don't even know where to go. Where you going? What table do I sit at? Who am I supposed to sit with? Do I go over here? Do I go over there? How do I keep my seat? How do I not lose my seat in this room? Oh, you know what happened? You The things that you needed to learn to keep your seat in this space is on the long way, the long route. You took the shortcut. You skipped around it. So now you made it to the space, but you don't know how to stay there because you skipped the part, you missed the part of this is what you need in order to keep your spot. Some people get there and don't even never be able to sit down. You can't even sit down because you don't even know what to do. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like I really do try to make it make sense. I try to make people understand like what it is. Like my brain works quite differently from a lot of other people's brains. I'm not a genius or a scientist or any of that, but my brain definitely works differently from others. So when I speak, I'm literally speaking from experience. I've been there. I've made it to certain levels in life. I'm in rooms where I probably didn't even belong at the time. And I know I didn't because I didn't know how to move in that space. Why? Because I rushed it. I got there the other way. I didn't get there the right way. I didn't take the stairs. I didn't do it the right way. I skipped a whole bunch of parts, a whole bunch of pieces, a whole bunch of levels. I skipped it. When I got to the space, it was like, oh, it's a little uncomfortable. It's a little tough over here. Like these people, I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't even know how to speak back. I don't know what to say. I can't hold my own in this space because I don't have the tools. You're looking around and it's like, well, where's the tools? They're back there on the road that you skipped. There, that turn that you made over here for the shortcut, the detour that you took, yeah, you wasn't supposed to do that. You were supposed to stay on track. You didn't stay on track. So you didn't get to pick up the tools along the way. Now you're in the room, now you're in the space, and you can't hold your own. People are all around you doing these things, and it's like, now you want a handout. Hey, can you help me? Hey, can you tell me? Not the long way. We took the long way to get here. We didn't take no detours. We didn't take no shortcuts. So what makes you think we gonna give you a handout? Nah, baby, you better get back on the road. You better spin the block. You better go back around and take the right road. Follow the directions. Y'all, please, y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? I see a lot of the is gatekeeping and they don't want to share the sauce and they don't want to give the secret and it's not a secret. It's not a secret. It's right there. If you go down this road right here and you keep going for about 2 more miles straight, yeah, you're gonna see it. It's gonna be right there. The problem is you don't want to drive the 2 miles. That's the problem. You don't want to do that. You want to take the Siri, save me 5 minutes. Like you want to take that route. You want to keep cutting corners. You want to hit the left here, then hit the right there, and then go around and oh, you doing too much. You're doing too much. Just stay on track. Stay on track. You're gonna get what you need. That is the thing. Do not rush it. That's all. Okay, that's it. I remember y'all heard this conversation from me. It may not make sense right now, but I kid you not, you're going to reach a time in your life where you find yourself in a situation that you prayed for. You're going to find yourself in a space and a situation that you prayed for. But guess what? You're not going to be able to receive it. It's not going to feel right. You're going to self-sabotage. Why? Because you're not putting yourself in position to receive the blessing that you're praying for. I'm saying this with so much grace. I'm telling y'all right now, you are praying for miracles and blessings that you don't even know how to receive. It's like, I want this so bad. I want this. I want this. But you're not putting yourself in the position to be able to receive the blessing. He's not going to give it to you if you don't know what to do with it. Hello. It's it's God, I really want a husband. I want a rich man. I want a husband that is going to take care of me and just provide for me and put me up. And I never want to have to work another day in my life. And I don't want to have to pay bills. I don't want to have to do none of these things. Da 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 da. Are you in position to receive that? Are you? Are you in position to let go of the things that you desire to do on a daily basis and some of the characteristic traits that you haven't worked on yet? Yeah, you're impulsive. That man doesn't deal with impulsivity like that. The husband that you're praying for, he doesn't accept impulsivity. You're gonna have to work on that, baby. He's not even gonna want to deal with you because you're an impulsive person. Impulsive means aggressive in making decisions. Sometimes those decisions can be costly. This man that you're praying for, he's not the man that's going to tolerate that. So therefore, I'm not even going to send him your way. Work on the impulsivity, right? Your anxiety always has you overthinking everything. So even if I do send you the man that you're looking for, hey, you overthink everything. So what it is you're going to overthink and overanalyze the man that I'm sending you, and you're going to push him away. Well, you might want to work on the overthinking, huh? Yeah, you might want to deal with that. The self-control, yeah, nope, that's not going to work. Emotional intelligence, you don't have it? You're not familiar? Yeah, that I can't send you. The person that you're asking me to send you, they're not going to stand for all of these things. They don't accept this type of behavior, but you haven't worked on that type of behavior yet. So I'm not even going to send them your way. It's a waste. You're not going to mess up one of my good people. That's how that goes, y'all. That's how it is. That's what happens. Put yourself in position. Work on yourself. Do y'all hear me say all the time, do the work. Do the work. And lady, how much work? Do the work. As much work as it takes, as much work as it takes. Do the work. Why? It works, y'all. It does. You put yourself in position to be in the rooms to receive the blessings that you're praying for. It doesn't work any other way. I don't care how much you pray. I've been praying for this and that and that and this and all the time, year after year after year, and it's still the same because you're praying, but you're not doing the work. Naomi's wisdom, the power of mentorship. I'm a mentor. The power of mentorship. Let's not skip this, okay? Ruth had Naomi, okay? A woman who guided her, taught her strategy, and showed her how to approach life and love with dignity. This is the sacred cycle of womanhood. Wisdom passed down through sisterhood. Hey, y'all, we're in a sisterhood session. We don't compete, we complete each other's understanding. When I tell y'all to do these Zoom meetings, when I tell y'all to do the study sessions, when I tell y'all to reach out to each other and connect, it's because we don't compete with each other. We complete each other. That some of us understand one part of the trading aspect. Somebody else understands another part. Somebody else understands another part. When we come together, we complete each other's understanding, but we must come together in order to understand as a whole. If you don't know where to start, just pick a word of what you're feeling, whether it's anxious, whether it's overwhelmed, overthinking, stressed, perseverance, patience, discipline, consistency, confusion, whatever. Pick a word, whatever a feeling of how you're feeling, and tell chat. Don't ask for an explanation of the story. Just say, give me a verse or a couple verses that deals with anxiety or stress or confusion or loneliness or overwhelm or triggers, trauma, whatever. Only ask for the verse, the chapter and the verse. When they give it to you, then you go to the Bible, you look it up, you start to read it. If you get it from chat first and just get the whole breakdown from chat by yourself first, it's going to be biased to what you're going through. The idea is for you to get the chapter and the verse and go read it for yourself first. Once you read it for yourself, it's up to you to pinpoint it to your life. Like, okay, I read this, I analyzed it, and this is how it pertains to my life. If you do it through chat, chat will do it for you, but that takes the work out of it. Yeah, that part, okay? Don't take the work out of it. Don't take the shortcut. Don't take the shortcut. Go to the Bible, read it yourself, and then position it in your life so that you can, kind of see things differently.